I've painted that styrene black now so that it matches the rest of the gearbox. So now it's time to mount these couplers on our car. I've got the bottom frame of the car right here, and I'm going to mount this coupler right here on the end. Now that the trucks are off of the car, you can get a better look at these KD mounting pads I was talking about. Basically, it's just these two screw holes right here that come off of the bottom of the car. And it's quite simple. All I'm going to do is mount that coupler right there and put two of those 1-72 screws from KD right through the coupler and into these screw holes. With the coupler lined up over the mounting holes, I've put one of these 1-72 screws in this side hole of the gearbox, and I'm just going to mount the coupler right to the bottom frame of the car. Just like that. Don't over tighten because you don't want to break the plastic. And then I'm going to take a second screw, put it on the other side, make sure it's lined up, and put it in just like that. And that's that. This coupler is all done. Now we just have to do the other one. Okay, I've mounted both couplers onto the bottom frame of the car, so now it's time to put the trucks back on. And when you put the trucks back on, make sure that the end of the truck with that hole right there is facing out. And then we're just going to secure the trucks down with these screws. Okay, so now the bottom of this car is back together, but before we put the rest of the car body back on, we're going to take this over to the test track and just make sure that these couplers are at the proper height. Here we are at our height gauge again, except this time, when I roll our coupler up to it, you can see that the height of our coupler is now perfect. So that 0.06 inch thickness styrene shim that we put on there really did the trick. I've reassembled the rest of the car, and we're now done. This Premier Line MTH freight car is now equipped with beautiful prototypical looking scale couplers. Now before I end this video, there's one issue that I wanted to address that I'm sure is on some of your minds. And that is, how do you run your cars that are equipped with scale couplers with your cars that are not equipped with scale couplers, or more importantly, with your engines that are not equipped with scale couplers? Because as we know, most three-rail engines are not equipped with scale couplers yet, although MTH is working on this. The answer is to use transition cars. A transition car is one that has a scale coupler on one end and a traditional O-gauge coupler on the other end. So for example, the end of the car with the traditional O-gauge coupler would be coupled to your engine, and then the rest of the train could have scale couplers. And so by working a few of these transition cars into your train, you can run your scale coupler equipped cars with engines and cars that don't have scale couplers. That about wraps it up for this project. I'll see you next time.